She's a black woman, or at least I thought she was. She clearly has black children. So are you saying you don't mind your children growing up in a society where they cannot be taught black?
And Nicki makes a lot of cash. Not as much as Michael Dell.
Nicki Minaj has many, many issues that would lead one to believe that those issues are possibly the reason that she's cozying up to Mac.
Nicki don't need to worry about Don. She need to be with damn Don Lennon. Nicki Minaj need to be with about Chris Hansen.
Something big just shook the hip-hop world, and nobody saw it coming. This wasn't about a single tweet or a trending headline. It was about betrayal. When someone who rose to fame through black culture suddenly praises the system they once criticized, it hurts. Fans feel confused, let down, and even betrayed. That tension finally broke when Katt Williams stepped onto the stage. With a microphone in hand and no fear, he didn't waste time. He went straight to the point, asking questions that many were too nervous to voice. The audience remembered her old words, the tears, and the promises she once made. Katt reminded everyone of those moments, laying them out clearly. It wasn't comedy anymore. It felt serious, almost like a reflection on character, choices, and loyalty. The energy in the room changed the second he appeared. No jokes, no small talk, no playful atmosphere. Just focus and intensity. Katt spoke directly, looking the crowd in the eyes. He highlighted what he saw as a major shift within the culture. To him, this was not about politics or opinions, it was about trust and values. He reminded everyone who Nicki Minaj was before fame, before branding, and before her sudden alignment with ideas she once opposed. She had been vocal about injustice, supported immigrants, and openly criticized Trump. According to Katt, her change wasn't gradual, it was abrupt, and that shock unsettled many. Then he asked a simple but powerful question. Do values change faster than personal gain? He pointed out the tension of a black immigrant woman raising black children, while supporting a movement accused of ignoring black pain and rewriting history. Calmly, he referenced past interviews, old clips, and emotional moments that painted a very different picture. The room grew quiet, and that silence said it all. His words hit hard, leaving no doubt about the depth of what had just unfolded.
Hey guys, I'm with my favorite president, the best president of all time.
That clip didn't shout or demand attention. It was quiet, heavy, and carried a shared sense of hurt. The speaker didn't try to erase Nicki Minaj's career or deny her influence. Instead, they expressed a loss of trust. Disappointment often cuts deeper than anger because anger still shows you care. Katt focused on that feeling, explaining it came from fans and communities who supported her before fame took over. He pointed out that the tension grew stronger once politics and children entered the conversation. What began as personal opinions became public statements, and other well-known figures reacted openly. Katt didn't repeat jokes. He highlighted the meaning behind them. He reminded the audience of Nicki's connection to the LGBTQ+ community, whose support had been crucial to her rise. Many fans now felt abandoned. When he said she had sold out, the applause was tense, not celebratory, showing that criticism was met with defensiveness rather than honesty.
You know, we love her music. I've spoken to her several times. You know, collectively, I feel like we were a little bit disappointed with her, but I feel like she needs to spend a lot of time with Mr. Bruce Springsteen. She needs to go sit on his lap and let him speak some words of wisdom to her heart. Because yes.
This is upsetting. Normally, I wouldn't respond, but I have to say it. Nicki Minaj has made her feelings about African Americans in this country very clear, and it doesn't seem like she identifies with the community. People are asking why anyone would support her by her music or defend her. She has also upset many in the LGBTQ+ community, who were once her strong supporters.
Look, this is what I'll say to Nicki Minaj. I normally don't respond to things like this, but, you know, F it. I'm going to do it this time. I think Nicki Minaj has made it very clear how she feels about African Americans in this country. For I don't think she's one of them, obviously. And she should, under Trump's rules, she should be deported because I don't think, reportedly, that she is a legal citizen here. She is undocumented. And so she has shown her disdain for African Americans. So why are you supporting her? Why are you buying her records? She's also supporting, I have lots of gay friends who love of Nicki Minaj. Why are you supporting?
What Katt said wasn't just commentary, it felt like a warning. He let his words linger, creating tension before making his most important point. He told the audience that when fame starts to fade, the pull of power can be tempting. Applause may fade, but alliances tighten and influential movements don't just gain supporters, they look for advantage. Moving closer to the microphone, he asked a question that stayed in the air. Was this true belief or just business? He explained that when public figures change positions, staying silent is complicity. Every action sends a message, and influence comes with responsibility. Supporting movements accused of ignoring Black struggles and sidelining queer voices has consequences. Deflecting criticism or attacking others shows vulnerability, not strength. Katt made it clear choices matter and the impact is real.
Whole scene that unfolded at this church.
Right.
You saw this, right? Nicki Minaj going after Don Lemon. You see this, like for
Nicki Minaj,
for reporting
it was so funny to me. People hate. It's so funny how many on the right hate. They hate transgender and gay people more than they do pedophiles. That's amazing to me. Nicki don't need to worry about Don. She need to be with damn Don Lemon. Nicki.
The reactor started quickly but didn't last. DL Hughley's words weren't just funny. They carried sharp truths wrapped in humor. He didn't argue ideas, he pointed out contradictions. Katt explained how anger is often selective, and how some people find it easier to attack critics than face uncomfortable realities in their own circle. He didn't repeat jokes, he unpacked their meaning. When someone talks about values publicly, their private actions are examined, and respect can't be demanded, only earned. Katt made it clear that DL's words offered perspective, not harm. The audience grew quiet and tense. Then Katt moved from humor to the bigger question. Were the choices random? Or was Nicki Minaj aligning with a powerful movement intentionally?
That Donald Trump and the conservative movement in this country selected Nicki Minaj because they needed a replacement for Candace Owens. Remember, Candace Owens has fallen out of favor with the Republican Party and the mainstream conservative white agenda because she's now exposing the Zionist control of the conservative movement and of the United States government. In fact, Art, I would argue that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I believe, by the Zionist movement. We're going to distance ourselves from Candace, and this is Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and the mainstream white conservative movement. We got to find another black woman. We got to find another black woman who can compete with Candace Owens nationally and internationally to bring attention away from Candace Owens, who is highlighting the Israeli influence on American.
The words didn't just land, they sank deep. Katt paused, letting the meaning settle before carefully explaining it, like handling something fragile that could ignite. He said movements don't just share ideas, they use public figures, symbols, and voices to make their message appear acceptable. When one person loses influence, another steps in, not to lead but to protect and strengthen the movement. Katt made it clear this wasn't about Nicki Minaj being powerless. It was about power seeing opportunity. Influence can be currency, and alignment isn't always belief. It can be transactional. He called it political theater with cultural stakes. Nicki didn't need to protest or make laws. Her visibility alone gave the movement legitimacy. Tokenization isn't accidental. It's strategy. Fame, race, controversy, and loyal fans make someone valuable. He explained that being chosen comes with protection and attention, but also risk. Every attack lands on the visible figure. Katt asked the audience to notice patterns. The speed of change, defensiveness, silence toward supporters, and alignment with narratives she once opposed. He calmly said, "When belief changes overnight, it's usually not belief." By the end, the room was quiet, stunned by the weight of his words.
There's something to the effect that it's not just that we tell black children to feel proud of themselves, but it's like we're doing that, and at the same time, we're telling other children not to feel proud of themselves. And so I guess she was alluding to this false narrative that the conservatives are putting out there, that teaching black children black history and teaching white children the true history of America is somehow going to make white children feel bad about themselves. That bothered me because she's a black woman, or at least I thought she was. She clearly has black children. So are you saying you don't mind your children growing up in a society where they cannot be taught black history or the true history of America because some people feel it offends the self-esteem of white children? And this is so hypocritical, Art, because we've been in America 400 years at least under British North American control. And look at how the self-esteem and self-worth and self-value of black children has been and continues to be compromised for the benefit of the white child. And yet you're telling me that to implement a curriculum of corrective history where you're not insulting white people, you're not denigrating white people, you're simply making sure white children understand that the foundation of this country was laid and built and cemented on the genocide of Native Americans and the enslavement of African people. And not just the enslavement of African people, the dehumanization.
The room stayed quiet, taking in every word. This wasn't a joke or a short soundbite. It was a challenge to think about responsibility and choices. Katt explained that this wasn't about arguing ideas. It was about identity and the decisions public figures make when power becomes tempting. Nicki Minaj isn't just a star. She's a black mother raising black children in a world that often twists their story. When someone in her position downplays history, the impact goes beyond politics. It shapes how children see themselves. Katt made it clear no one expected perfection or activism, but influence carries responsibility. Words don't vanish, they become part of a legacy. He reminded the audience that America's history isn't neutral, and teaching the truth is about honesty, not blame. By ignoring that, her statements had real consequences. Fans expressed disappointment online when someone they admired no longer reflected their values. Katt emphasized Nicki wasn't confused or pressured. She made strategic choices, balancing applause and visibility against accountability. This wasn't a mistake, it was intention. Fans felt betrayed because it came from someone they trusted. Influence matters, but alignment leaves a lasting mark.